As we had promised,
Yeah.
the second part, we're going to do this thing in English. Yeah, welcome back to Habari za News 2.0. My name is Ringa Penda, Naibu Governor, P to the Q, A to the SO. And I have today Solomon Zuli.
Yes, that is my name.
That is his name. So we are going to our
Yes.
interview
Yeah.
of the day.
Okay.
This guy,
Yes.
magician. This guy was the world champion.
Yes.
Knife thrower.
Yeah.
You know what is knife throwing?
I think he's going to tell us.
Knife thrower.
Knife throwing.
He does puppetry.
Yes.
This guy
Uh-huh.
might look familiar to you
Yes.
because this guy is also an actor.
Yeah.
He has acted in something that we saw, we loved, and is still working with that person up to date. As the character of him being a Muzungu. That's what we normally say with no offense.
Yes, yes.
A Muzungu. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Darren Collins. What they like calling him is Darren around the world.
Yeah. Woo! What's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
All right, I get to sit here.
So I'll say this, before we even start, I want to speak to the people in my village. I want to tell them the whole year.
Yeah.
You people have not met a Mzungu. Me have met a Mzungu today. I've even let's shake hands again. Then you see. Watch out, yeah. Welcome to Habari za News 2.0. So it's a pleasure seeing you, actually, because I was a big fan of your acting during
The Wash Wash series.
the Wash Wash series.
Yeah, with
Cool.
Terrence Creative.
With Terrence Creative.
That was amazing.
That was fun.
That was fun, eh?
Yeah, right.
What was the experience when you did that you knew?
Well, the experience is very improvisational because, as you guys know, Terrence is sort of a genius. There's no script.
Yeah.
There's no paperwork anywhere on the set. It's just his ideas happening in the moment. So at one point he's like, "All right, let's get on the boats." We're like, "What boats?" He's like, "I got boats." I was like, "We get on the boats." I was like, "What should I say?" He says, "Say anything. You know, you'll be fine," because he can turn on the character so quickly. So it's fun to work around someone who might be a genius.
Might be a genius, or is a genius
might
already.
be.
Yeah?
Yeah, might be.
So when I did the introduction,
Yeah.
I mentioned a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah, with the acting, knife throwing.
Yes.
Let's start with Darren as himself. Who is Darren, and how did he end up with all these things that he's doing?
Oh, so I'm a dude I'm a lastborn. So at that point, your parents don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying?
They just let you be, right?
Yeah, they just let me be. So it's like, hey man, whatever you want to do, you can do. And so I came from a family that no one ever went to university. My parents never even finished secondary school. So there was no like college or university in anyone's future. But I always loved the performing arts, and my dad and I really liked comedy. So it was like, you're pretty funny, you should be a comedian. So what dad encourages that, right? It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, but I wasn't just that. I also loved to do education. So my passion quickly became doing health and science and disease prevention and safety education. And I could use all my art forms together to teach disease prevention. And that sort of
So
thing.
you can use, for example, what's the name of your puppet? Because I know every puppet has a name, eh?
So I have a puppet named Andy. Yeah,
Andy, eh?
Yeah, he's here.
So you can use. Bring Andy, please. Bring Andy. I want to introduce Andy to the world also.
All right.
Yeah.
So Andy has not been on Kenyan television yet. This will be the first time.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I have a lot of other characters that are on TV.
Okay.
But generally, I teach puppetry. So the local Kenyan dudes will actually do the performances because my accent's not so great for Kenyan television. So anyway, this is Andy.
Oh, hi guys, how are you? You have to respond. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean you can't respond.
I'm doing fine, and you?
You're doing fine. What's your
We're
name?
good. We're good.
My name is Ringa.
Ringa and
And Solomon.
Solomon.
Yes.
You see, his lips are moving because he's not a ventriloquist. He's a
Okay.
puppeteer. So normally he'd be below the stage and I'd be above the stage like so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how.
That is puppetry, eh?
Yeah, this is the art form of puppetry.
So Andy is the one who's answering the questions, right?
Thank you. Well, he can for a while, but as you can see, you seem to be paying attention to him quite well.
Did you learn this from somewhere, or you just?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, we learned it in church how to do puppetry. And then I got a job at age 19 where I was traveling around America actually teaching puppetry. So that was my real gift. My 10,000 hours of practice was in teaching puppetry.
Yeah.
Teaching puppetry.
Yeah, he can teach pretty well. That's right.
So you were talking about educating people in terms of sciences and everything, and you still use your arts in doing that, eh?
Absolutely.
So we do like disease prevention. Like recently we did an intestinal worms program that plays all over Western Kenya, sent to school, like 1,000 different schools in Western Kenya. Also on television on the Akili Kids Network, we present stuff. So like things that are difficult to talk about, like children born with HIV. Like that's a tough subject, right? True. But you can make it really fun
If you have puppets teaching and talking about it.
Okay.
then people are more interested in it. There's something special about a puppet where like you can say things that you might not otherwise be able to say between you and me. The puppet can get away with saying.
Okay.
And since it's lifelike, it feels real, but because I'm not real, it's kind of okay to say anything, right? See, look at you laughing. You're a full-grown adult laughing. So it's interesting how even adults like totally get into it. So I don't usually perform so much when I'm in Kenya with the puppets. I usually just teaching other guys to do it, but we have COVID-19 education, we have child safety, fire safety education, all kinds of stuff like that, yeah. So that's my real passion. All the rest of the things you mentioned are my hobbies.
Oh, your hobbies.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
the
yeah.
knife throwing was a
Even
hobby.
the knife throwing, even the acting, all that stuff. It's just fun for me. I enjoy it. And I think since the crew I have is with Puppets 254. They're like an entertainment crew, right? So they do birthday parties, corporate events. You'll see us at all the shopping malls and stuff. Whenever you see puppets in Kenya doing like entertainment, it's usually Puppets 254.
Yeah.
But we only do that for fun, so we can get really, really good at doing the education. I think an educator should be really good at entertaining people.
True.
If you're going to do like edutainment, if you're going to do like really serious stuff and try to make it fun, you should be good at entertaining everybody, even in public. So that's why we have Puppets 254, is to do the entertaintainment, and then the rest of the education we do is with Project Hand Up.
Yeah.
Let me say something on a light note. Huh?
Yeah.
I like
The way you've spoken your English. Huh?
deep English. Listen to this guy.
It's even confusing. It's even confusing my director because right now my director is giving me instruction in English.
yeah.
Like, let us talk about this. Joroge, you can speak Swahili. There's no problem. I am here. So I want
Have I
the people.
infected the whole crew?
So I want people who are at home to see what you do.
Yeah.
Because I have a video clip here. I think of you doing puppetry. Matt, is the video ready?
Oh, you have?
Matt, your video got on.
yeah.
Everybody sing. Come on, everyone. Let's go.
Let's all be glad for fire. Happy that we have fire. It can keep us warm and give us light so we can work and play. Let's all be glad for fire. Happy that we have fire. With the fire we can use the heat to cook our food each day. Come on, Tochi. Fire can be bad. Fire can be good. Learn how to use it like you should, cause it might hurt you and it sure could hurt you bad. Let's all take care with fire. Careful when we use fire. Tochi says it's not a harmless toy, but like a tool instead. Let's all take care with fire. Careful when we use fire. Cause he knows it can burn a house or kill a forest dead. Let's all take care with fire. From Kenya to Zimbabwe. So let's not get burned and come and learn from Tochi and Jose.
Come on, everybody.
Fire is great,
But only when it's used properly.
it's up to you to make sure fire is helpful and only does the job it's meant to do.
That's right. That's why we call this
Fire prevention.
Fire prevention. That was not
Amazing.
Andy.
So no, that was not Andy. That was another one of the guys who was in Rotary International. See, we're actually also Rotarians. That's the reason I came here. I don't know if you've heard of Rotary clubs.
Yes, we have.
Kenya has a ton of them, and I'm in Rotary, and I partnered with the Rotary Club of Nairobi from my Rotary Club in DeSoto, Texas, which is near Dallas. And together we started doing all these programs. It was supposed to be one program that lasted like a year. I've been here 9 years now.
So far, so good. The 9 years.
Yeah.
What one thing you picked about Kenyans in those 9 years that you've been living here that you find maybe funny or you find fascinating?
Fascinating or funny? Can I put the puppet away now?
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'm gonna lay. Sorry, Andy. So he's gonna. What I like about Kenya, I love the people. I love the landscape. I love the culture. I love the language. I love Swahili. I love the words. I love the words we say twice.
Like,
Sa. Way. Taka. Bara. Boda. It goes on and on.
taka.
When I first heard pili pili ho ho, I was like, whoa, you have to say that twice?
have to say that
Two
twice.
times? You can't say pili ho. You have to say pili pili ho ho. I like how You have so many words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pili pili, ho ho.
Yeah,
that's
like,
amazing.
Like one time I was like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. My peaky guy just dropped me off. And they're like, what? And I was like, my peaky guy, he just dropped me off. They're like, what are you talking? I was like, my peaky? Like, yeah, of course. Like you have to say it 2 times. Like
Yeah.
peaky. You're not allowed to say it 1 time. And sometimes I love that about the language.
Your favorite Kenyan food?
Favorite Kenyan food?
Yeah.
Pilau.
Pilau.
Yeah,
Pilau.
sure.
You know how to make it?
Yeah,
You do?
I do.
There's a difference, huh? We have pilau njeri, and then we have the real pilau. Which pilau?
The real?
The ones, as in the authentic one from coast.
Yeah,
like
of
from the
course,
coastal
of course.
people.
That's the better
That's
one.
the best,
sure.
the better
Yeah.
one, huh?
I like it with boozy.
Mbuzi, yeah?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You-
You're typical Coastarian now because we Coastarians, we eat mbuzi.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel like everybody eats boozy.
Yeah. You know, in Kenya, we normally say if it is not making financial sense, it is not making sense. So,
Okay.
yeah. Is what you're doing paying you?
Yeah,
Is
it doesn't make a lot of sense. No, it doesn't make a lot of sense. No. So I set it up as a 501c3 charity in my home country.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the way I sort of make it by was through donations. But we do have projects that pay. And so I have a crew. We have 11 people. And so everyone's fully employed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's also something you're telling me you'll do a magic trick.
Yeah.
I think it's the rightful time for you to show us your magic skills.
Oh, you guys want to do a magic thing? Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
We can do it. Huh?
Now, remind me your name again. It's
Solomon.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Solomon. So like King Solomon.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Solomon. I do a lot of things. I also host a podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
It's called Me I Am Mental, the podcast. It's a podcast about mental health. We kind of aim it towards dudes, I suppose, but it's sort of Kenyan, but it's for everybody.
Yeah.
And so the mind is very interesting. The mind is very powerful. And so what I was thinking is that I could, no, wait, you know what? Let me do this. Let me just start with this way. I'm going to pour, you guys the camera can see this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to just pour some water in here. And some over here. There we go. And not much left. Check this out, watch this. I've been working out. Yeah. Pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is using our minds, we're gonna make this water disappear.
It's not possible.
No, it is possible. In fact, I tell you what, Solomon,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my cup here and I'm gonna hold it above my head. Okay, you take your cup here and hold it above your head. Just don't let it slip. Yep, yeah, take his mic, put it above your head just like this. There you go, cool. Are you shaking already? Yeah, me too. So watch what I do first and then you're gonna repeat after me. We're gonna use our minds. So there's no distractions. We're gonna make sure that nothing in the studio can distract us. I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm gonna spin around 1 time, just like this. It's probably about 4 or 5 steps, just like that, nice and slow. And then open my eyes and sit back down. That's the first step. So now you do the same thing, okay? Just stand up, close your eyes, and spin around. That's it. Open your eyes, and then just sit back down. Good. Now your mind is clear now, okay? Now repeat after me, watch me. I'm gonna take one hand, I'm gonna go bingo, bango, bongo. I'm gonna slap my head and go pow, right? Okay, watch. Bingo, bango, bongo, pow. And then I turn my cup upside down, boom, like this. You do the same thing. Bingo, bango, bongo. No, it's okay. Just go bingo, bango, bongo.
Bingo, bingo, bango.
And then pop your head, pow,
Pow.
and turn your cup upside down. Yeah! Clap your hands, everybody, for Solomon. He's done a great job. You got it. Just like that, no problem.
That was actually amazing. Man. You know, I thought you were kind of joking, eh? And then what?
You thought I was joking?
Yeah.
Why did anybody think that? I have no idea.
So where did the water disappear to?
It's magic. Yeah, you used your mind.
Okay.
Mental health is very important, and you seem to be very good at clearing your mind of any obstacles and removing any trouble from your life, just like that, because you've got a clear mind. So I'm going to be performing on Saturday
Okay.
at the Nairobi Laugh Bar. Have you guys been there?
Not really, but
Do you know what it is?
Not really.
Okay, you guys didn't know this. Kenya has its first dedicated showroom to stand-up comedy.
Okay.
It started about a year ago. It's at Levels Hotel, right up the hill from from the junction when you get to the top of the hill, next to Nivus. So there's like Gecko, Car Wash, Nivus, and Levels Hotel. That has a full-time comedy club in it.
Okay.
We're doing stand-up 3 nights a week right now.
Oh, so you also do stand-up, huh?
Yeah, but Saturday is a special day. I'm combining comedy with magic.
Okay.
So here's a quick little sample of what you might see.
We're going to have some entrance? We paying something to come and watch you?
You just asked me if something pays off or not, right? How am I going to let you guys in for free?
For free.
And still make a living. So tickets about $1,000, Bob.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a 2-hour show. There's other comedians. Nathan Ray is going to perform, and also George. Mina Marumba is also performing. He's hilarious, and then I'll finish the show with magic.
Matt, do you have a question?
Yeah, what's up?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm terrible, dude. I'm really having. No, I'm easy. What's up?
No questions. No questions.
No questions.
No questions.
I think the magic has really set you guys off a little bit. You guys okay?
That was amazing. Man. That was
Okay.
amazing. You know, for a minute I thought maybe you were pranking him, and then the moment he flips the cup,
Yeah.
the water will fall. Hey, brother,
You
he's
know.
so good.
I thought actually the water
Was
you
just
know,
gonna fall
Yeah.
all over you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
Well, no, I think it's never a good idea to insult or harm a volunteer when you're doing anything. Like, I need you. I don't want to come back someday. Yeah,
That's
so I
amazing.
wouldn't prank you like that. But magic is really fun because it's a special art form. Basically, the art form of magic is just deception. That's all it is. It's learning how to lie. So guys have been doing it for thousands of years, and they pass on the lies and how to lie. And so we're the practitioners and studiers of deception.
Since we're talking about you going to perform on Saturday, yeah? Let's talk about your comedy journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us have a snippet about the comedy. We've seen the magic, we've seen the puppetry. Let us a bit story about the comedy.
So
where it started and
stand-up
everything.
comedy I always loved it. It's my favorite art form. My dad and I, when I was a kid, we'd watch stand-up comedy on television. But it's probably the hardest art form there is. It's really pass-fail. Like they laugh or they don't. And there's nowhere in between, and you can't practice at home. You never see someone like in their bedroom by
Yeah.
themselves
Yeah.
practicing stand-up comedy.
Very
It doesn't
true.
work like that.
Yeah.
So I believe it's the hardest art form. And I'm okay at it. But when I saw the guys at Stand Up Collective and also the guys at, what are the guys called, who do Punchline Comedy Nairobi?
Yeah.
The Punchline and Stand Up Collective, they started doing it a few years ago. And I
Yeah.
went to a show and I was like, whoa, there's guys doing English stand-up comedy in Kenya? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's amazing.
And so I signed up to go on. I had done it before many, many years ago in Dallas, where I'd put together a show that played at the Improv in Addison and the Improv Club in Arlington. And so I dabbled in it before. And but now that I'm here, we have really good open mics. So if anyone thinks they're funny here, and you want to try out 5 minutes of material, those are 2 places you can go. Like on a Wednesday night, like tonight, I'll be at the Nairobi Laugh Bar for the Giggles and Tickles show.
That is on Wednesday.
That's on Wednesday. That's a free show that
That's a
anybody
free
can
show.
go to. You'll see like 25 comedians doing 5 minutes each.
Okay.
Right? And then at Two Grapes in Kilimani, there's also Punchline Comedies doing an open mic as well. And they're doing the same thing, like 5 minutes, like 20 comics. Yeah, and so that's a great place to like start your journey. I didn't exactly start there, but I've been moving up the ranks a little bit here locally because I get a lot of stage time. Yeah.
So, you know, I wanted to speak Swahili. I said to Kimalizia
As we finish up,
as we finish up. Huh?
family?
Family?
You found someone in Kenya?
I have not found anyone in Kenya. I had a close call where it almost worked out.
And then
Yeah.
they gave
it-
you character development.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a much stronger character than I was before. Like my character's improving as every year goes by.
Jamani, watu wa Murima wanaonyesha mpaka mzungu dust. So,
Wariguza Mrimba.
Warigusa Murima. So, like, what is next from Darren? What do we expect next from Darren coming on forward?
So next, we'll probably just do more stand-up comedy shows and then also more magic shows. But also, we're putting together a kids television show for like a news show for kids that will probably play on Akili Kids Network. We have a show on there all the time, the Jose and Toshi show is good, but just more of the same. Like I don't have, everyone says, what do you want to do next? I'm like, I don't want to do anything next. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, except more of it.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's your camera there. I want you.
You know, probably there's someone watching at home, and you know they want to be like you someday. What do you want to advise them?
Yeah, stop cutting your hair, I suppose. I stopped cutting it during COVID when they said it was non-essential to go to the barbers. I was like, all right, I'll stop, and it hasn't cut yet. No, I think the whole idea is use your imagination, use creative, study critical thinking, learn to think on your own and think in ways other people aren't, and just get really, really good at what you love to do.
Ah, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So for comedy,
Yes.
have you ever performed, and you know guys were like, "What is this Mzungu saying?" You know?
No. It has not been a problem in Nairobi, but I'll tell you what, I did a show for all African Americans in Dallas, Texas one time, and I was the only white guy. And I was like, right in the middle of my routine, this chick just goes, "Wrap it up." And I was like, all right, I do not belong here.
Does this, you know, discourage you? You know, like
It's totally discouraging. It's
You
the
know,
worst.
yeah.
But Kenyans are pretty cool. Like, they judge jokes individually. If it's funny, they laugh. If it's not funny, they don't laugh.
if you're not doing this, what else would you be doing?
Throwing knives.
Throwing knives, dude.
What is throwing knives, by the way?
So my dad and I just got into this hobby, which is just like amateur knife throwing, where you have a target and you have a series of knives and you throw at the target, and it's like archery or any other sort of like shoot and aim sort of sport. But we got really good at it, and one year I actually took home the top prize for the Americans in the long distance category.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Is there any talent that you've seen in Kenya in terms of comedy that you maybe would want to work with, apart from you working with Terrence already?
Other comedians I want to work with? I don't know. I'm really happy with working with Doug Wutai, and I get to do shows once in a while, open mics. Mamito shows up sometimes, and so she's always really cool. She's inspiring.
Amazing.
She's probably another genius, right? And so I don't know. I feel like between the guys, Mani Monene and Mani Marumba and Doug Mutai, and there's Ruthie Nyambura is really great. Tai Gashira is wonderful. Like, we get to work all together all the time. Yeah.
That's amazing. So when we wrap it, hey, Mazeki Zungu. English
wrap
is
up.
I'm so sorry.
English is fighting me. English is fighting me.
But
so like
before we finish up, and
before we finish,
Wait, Sifala. You can speak English.
before we finish.
yeah, before we finish up, you know, when you get into something, you also have a target. Do we see Darren, you know, in America Got Talent someday?
One of my friends is one of the bookers for America's Got Talent, and he called me one time. He's like, "Hey man, do you have a routine you could do?" And I was like, "I have puppetry and knife throwing and comedy and magic. I don't know if that." And he goes, "Put it all together." And I was like, "Dude, I'm in Kenya." And he's like, "Can you come back for it?" I'm like, "I do not want to fly back to America just to lose on America's Got Talent." So I don't know, man. I'm happy here. I really love being here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's
But you know what? Me and my crew did East Africa's Got Talent.
okay.
And that went really, really well.
I remember
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. They didn't go beyond one season, but the crew at Puppets 254, Victor, and also Esther and John, those guys all did this really cool show for East Africa Got Talent. We did well.
They did well, eh?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We
We
have-
wish you the very best, Darian, and probably you will find someone someday.
I will. Oh, thank you. Thank you for looking out for my love life.
You know, your mental health, that's what you say.
The mental health is
Yeah.
really, really, really important. And so, and I also have a podcast. It's called Me, I Am Mental.
Okay.
That's a really cool Me, I Am Mental. And then I also have a podcast called The Gluten Worriers, which is about gluten-free living in Nairobi. If anyone has a problem with gluten, me and Samantha Mugeni do this show where we teach people safe places to eat if you have a gluten intolerance. It's the most boring subject, but we make it as fun as possible.
It's amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
We'll probably watch out the podcast. It's on, where
Yeah,
do we watch it?
It's on all the platforms.
All
the
Yeah,
platforms,
YouTube
eh?
for sure, yeah.
Okay, amazing.
So let us do this. Mimi kuna kitu nataka kusema lakini sasa kimenikoroga. Sasa wewe ndo utamwambia.
Okay.
Nimwambie tunashukuru sana umekuja habari za news.
Yeah.
Lakini habari za news wa kizungu pia.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, Darren.
Are you the translator? You're doing the interpretation.
Thank you for coming, Darren, to News 2.0.
No, thank you so much for having me. It's such a
Yeah.
pleasure. You guys
Such
are
a
great.
pleasure,
Yeah.
man.
And please come to the show on Saturday.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
we will
we'll
come. We'll
Yeah.
come. We'll
Do you
come.
have any social media handles that we'd like to give?
On Instagram, I'm Darren Around the World. I should be called Darren Justin Kenya at this point. But at Darren Around the World, you'll find me there. And also Puppets 254.
Papa
Yeah.
Super 4.
Who gave you that name, Darren, around the world?
I gave it to myself because I was traveling all around the world, and I was like, that should be my name.
So
But then I stopped traveling, and,
So you travel around the world and then you reached Kenya.
and I stopped.
You stopped.
It's so weird. I just stopped traveling. I like it here so much.
Why?
It's a
Right? It's
Kenya is,
It's the
I
end
love
of the
that
world.
one. Kenya is the end of the
because
world.
Kenya is the end of the world.
it's definitely a woman. But hey, it has been an amazing day. It has been an amazing guest, an amazing show. Mimi naitwa Ringa Pendo, naibu gavana.
And of course, naitwa Solomon Zuli. I was stepping in for my brother Sugar Boy, Sugar Breezy.
Name DJ Matt. DEEJAYMATT.
Weka muziki tucheze na